Alrighty. All right, cool. I think we're live. Yes, we are. Excellent. G'day, my name's Pat from Shem Productions. And today I will be showing you my tone breakdown plus how to play the solo for the song Holy Diver by Killswitch Engage, which is actually a cover by Dio. Now, I've been encouraged to do this by a couple of classmates in a uni lecture that I'm in at the moment on creative skill development. So the skill I'm working on is developing an authentic social media presence as well as practicing sweep picking on guitar. So first things first, I'm going to play the solo of Holy Diver where I'm at right now. I haven't warmed up at all today, and there's one part of this solo that I have not mastered yet, but I'm going to give you a bit of a taste of what you're in for. So let's hear the song. So you get the gist of it. As you can see, I'm a bit sloppy on some parts, but I am working my way through it. I know all the parts. It's just a case of getting under my fingers now. So first of all, let's start with the tone that I'm using. So my guitar is a Schecter Hellraiser Avenger. It was my first ever guitar that I got with my own money way back in like 2007. It's got EMG 81 pickups, active pickups. The main source of my tone today is coming from this plugin here by STL called Amp Hub LE. I got this plugin for free in my emails simply for owning a Scarlett Focusrite interface. Straight out of the bat, I used the preset that they have on their Ignite Amps Neptune. I used that and I just tweaked a few settings. So I'm on the rhythm section of the amp. Let's make that a little bit bigger. I'm on the rhythm section, gains at 8.5, so is volume, bass at 7, mids at 5, treble at 6.5. Pretty nice tone, it'll do for now anyway. I'm following that up with, I should mention as well, I've got a noise gate on it here. If I take that off, we get a bit of guitar buzz. So I just found the threshold where it cuts that off. That's all I was looking for. Next in the chain is this graphic EQ. Now I follow somebody on Instagram called Almost Analog Tones, who does a really great job of showing the best ways to achieve some of the best tones in heavy metal. And now this is a metalcore song. That's where my heart lies with mid-2000s metalcore. And he recommends this W shape. So you cut out a lot of 200 and either side of it. That's that muddy area. And also cut out 800 and either side of it. That's more of a sort of a boxy area for the guitar tone. So if I turn this plugin off, this is what the tone sounds like. And then on. And to be fair, it's probably coming out, I've just noticed, too hot from this amp here. I probably need to turn my overall volume up because it was clipping in. That's better in that. Let's give my speakers some more volume. Beautiful. I can also probably boost it up a little bit there. Great. So that's the EQ. I've given it a small boost here at 2K. And then I'm following it up with this, just a regular old EQ here. And I'm cutting out, I think this is about 4 kilohertz. It just adds a bit of fizz up there that I don't like. So this just takes away a little bit of that fizz. That's the tone. Here's the main riff. So by shelving out some of these lower frequencies here, we're leaving heaps of room for the bass guitar and also the massive drums in metalcore. All right, let's have a look at this solo section. Okay, I've wanted to learn this solo since I was probably 15, I would say, and it's only been until recently that I've been sitting down practicing and playing metal again, that I've been dedicating the time to learning to doing some of these more challenging lead parts that I neglected as a teenager. Okay, let's hear the solo once. Awesome. So there's two guitarists in this band and they both play half that solo each. So let's dive right in. The first half, I should say, I'm going to be calling this D minor. D minor pentatonic is where most of the stuff is played at the start. The tuning is actually drop C, which would make it C minor. However, just in terms of navigating the fretboard, it's much easier to not transpose in your head on the way. I'm just going to refer to it as D minor here at the 10th fret. Our pentatonic shape there. So we start off with this great double stop riff. The 12th fret of the G and B string. We sort of bend it up, release and pull off back to the 10th fret. Hammer it on again. And pull off again and land on the 12th fret of the D string. So that's our root note. My apologies, we land on the 10th fret of the G string. Let's play that a few times. Make sure you give it a generous amount of vibrato there. The second phrase uses a very short sweep sort of phrase where we are playing this D minor arpeggio. We really want to emphasize the high note there on the E string. Then we run our way up the top of the minor scale. So we go from the root note to the second to the flat third. From there, we leave our middle finger on the second, and we do a hammer-on pull-off. Land back on the root. And we're going to jump up to the 13th fret of the B string. Back down to the 10th of the E, and then we're going to bend that 13. The whole phrase is... Okay. So 2 parts so far are... From here, this is the part that's tricking me the most in the whole solo. We've got this short bend on the 13th fret of the B string, and then we transition to this rapid fire triplet movement. So starting on the 10th fret, all of this is on the high E string. We go 10, 12, 13, 12, 13, 15, 13, 15, 17, 15, 17, 18. And we bend it. So that again is... Okay, and this part here is giving me grief. I need to focus on this part alone. If I can get this dialed in, I should be able to play the whole solo. And I'll show you in a moment my approach to practicing these parts. Okay, so if we put the first three parts together, we've got... After we land on the 18th fret up here, we bend it up, hit the 15th fret of the B string, and then bend the 17th fret of the high E string. So all of that is... Then we transition into this sweep section. Now, I've only recently learned how to sweep pick, and I'm by no means an expert at it. It took me probably 2-3 weeks of drilling it every day to be able to get the mechanics, especially in the right hand, really tight, because you want it to be clean. The idea is that you pick a string, you move on to the next string, and the one that you've just picked becomes muted by your palm. So I'll break down this movement and give some tips as I go through if I can. So it is a... where are we? Where am I? Sorry, I had a mind blank there for a second. We're going to begin on the 15th fret of the D string. Then we go to the 14th fret of the G, 15th on the B, back to the 13th on the E, hammer on, pull off to the 17th, back up to the 15th, 14th. So, this is a D minor arpeggio. That's our notes here at the bottom. So the trick here is with your right hand, I found it easiest to close my fist, and I'm using this part of my palm as I'm scraping down. It's very gently muting the strings, and I'm doing this gentle rotation of the wrist to keep everything tight down here. Where are we? Every now and then, see, still sloppy. Now, if you can land it, once you land on this 14th fret here of the D string, you slide straight back. And on the 9th fret and the 10th fret, you do a hammer on pull off, up to the 12th, back to the 10, on the D string. So that is... Okay, all in all, what have we got so far? Then it swaps to the second guitarist. Adam D is his name. Very funny guy. If you haven't seen Parkway Drive's early documentaries, check him out. He's the guy who produced their albums. So then we move into another blues pentatonic style of solo here. We're on the 12th fret of the G string, and we're going to bend it up twice. Pull off onto the 10th fret and land on the 12th fret above. That's a full step bend. Now he doubles it, but on the second time he hits artificial harmonics. So we got regular notes, and we pick. Then we go immediately to a bend, a full step bend on the 13th fret of the B string. From here, this is my favorite part of the solo. We've got this run here. So what it is we're taking the top of the D minor pentatonic, but we're adding in the blue note. So we start off with, on the B string, a pull off from the 13th fret to the 10th, and then the 12th fret to the 10th, and then the 13th fret on the G string, back down to the 10th on the B. So I like to keep my pointer finger anchored here on the 10th fret. And I'm not using the pinky here at all. I'm using ring and middle finger. And the reason is, I believe, I'll quickly just bring this up here. I found a video online of the guys from Killswitch Engage playing through this. So if we go to where they are playing the solo section, somewhere here.
Right in tune. 3, 4.
That's what I was using as a basis for my learning. And I found the fingering style that they were using just so happened to be the easiest for me as well. So back to that riff. 13, 12, 13 on the G. And then we repeat that same pattern, but we move everything up one string. The only difference being we're hitting the 12th fret there instead of the 13th. So that whole lick is... And then we move into the faster section. This is the pattern. Begin on 13 and we work backwards. 13, 12, 10. Get confused when I play it slowly. 13, 12, 10. 12, 10. 12, 13, 10. Again, I don't know why I'm using my pinky. It should be ring and middle finger. And then you gotta increase your speed. All right, let's work through everything that we've got so far. Nearly there at the end. This last lick, I love this one too. It's inspired by Dimebag Darrell, I would say. We're using a big stretch here from the 15th fret on the B string to the 10th fret. And the middle finger is going to be hitting the 13th on the G string. We do that 4 times in a row. Then we double up the pull off. So 4 in a row. And then we double the pull off. Back to the 13th fret up here. Back down to the 10. And we do a great big full step bend on the 15th fret. So okay, now we round out the solo. So timing's a little odd here. After you've done that big bend up, your pointer finger should be resting on the 13th fret there of the B string. You're going to immediately slide up to the 5th and then back down to the 10th. up to the 13th. Down to the 6th fret and then finish on the 5. With a little bend there. Okay, and then we got the guitar dual to close out the entire solo. And one of the guitars is playing the very top of the D minor scale. So that is on the E string, hammering on 5 and 6. On the B string, we're going to go 8, 6, 5. And finish there on the D, which is the 5th fret of the G string. Okay. Now, that phrase finishes with, you do that 3 times. Sorry, 2 times, I think. Yes, do it twice. And then the third one is a pull off from the 5th and the 8th fret. And then immediately up to the B string to hit the 8th fret and the 6th fret. So. Okay, that's the entire solo. Let's put it all together, slowly. Nah, that's not good enough. There it is. Okay, once more, I'm going to try and play it at speed with the song, and then I'm going to do my own practice since I feel like today I am nowhere near it. Here we go. All right, thanks for tuning in to that ramble of a live stream. I promise I'm going to get better at this stuff. If you enjoyed it though, please drop a comment and subscribe, and I'll see you for more soon.